We talked a little bit in Davos with you just about the idea of what tariffs could mean. If we actually see tariffs go from 10% to 25%, what would that mean for your business?
Well, what we've talked about is, we were able to manage through the 10% tariff situation, but our belief is that if we go to 25%, it's going to become increasingly more difficult for us to pass that all through to our customers in order to remain competitive globally. So at that point, we're going to have to make a decision. Either we sacrifice the P&L or we make cuts other places. And if we make cuts other places, then you put R&D at risk. And this is not an environment, I don't think, where we want to see U.S. tech companies cutting R&D in light of the 5G transition and everything else. So we're still optimistic. And despite the rhetoric and the noise in the system, I think that most of that could be construed as negotiation, as we continue to see. But we're still optimistic that they'll at least make enough progress so that they find their way to a place where they don't have to do this in March.
Just in terms of your R&D spending, I think I read somewhere that you spent $4 billion a year on research and development.
In the U.S.
In the U.S. alone.
In the U.S., right.
So that money goes towards things like 5G development. What else are you working on? Things that could get thrown off?
Well, we're doing cybersecurity R&D here. We're doing next generation infrastructure platforms. People don't understand what we do, but when everyone around the world looks at their cell phone and tries to actually initiate some sort of query, a great deal of the infrastructure that actually makes that happen is our stuff. And as the traffic and the video loads, et cetera, continue to increase on the internet, we have to build more and more high capacity equipment because the requirements are increasing, and a lot of that R&D is done here as well. So it's important stuff.
Cisco and other technology companies have applied to get exemptions from the tariffs. Have you received any of those exemptions or gotten any word on that?
Well, we worked through that on the 10%, and we were not successful. And up until recently, there was some debate as to whether there was going to be an exemption process for the 25%. But I think we all saw Lighthizer came out publicly and said that there would be. So we'll work through that, assuming that they start heading down that path.
Chuck, I want to talk to you about a big initiative that Cisco just took on this week. I think it was yesterday, where you're actually out trying to get Congress and other world legislatures to focus on privacy as an actual right for humans and work through legislation for that. Why did you take this on?
Well, we think, first of all, the tech industry has to actually play a role in so many of these critical policy issues. And this is one that's important not only to the technology sector, but also to, I think, the world taking advantage of what this technology can do. There's so much positive that can be done, whether we're delivering, broadband connectivity into rural parts of the world or the United States that have never had it before, so that we can connect people, so they can become educated, so they can actually, participate in this global macro expansion that we've seen. Or whether it helps us solve issues of hunger, water, homelessness, whatever they may be. And if we don't get past some of these fundamental principle issues, then we're never going to be able to do that. So we think that all tech companies need to stand up and try to help solve this problem and get to a resolution, and that's what we hopefully started yesterday.